I've been meaning for a while to make a little training on how to set your pricing and how to move pricing up over time. And so I'm going to make a little series of videos here that'll hopefully be helpful for most of you. When we're setting our pricing for our studio programs, most studios do it by looking at what everybody else in the area is setting their pricing at, and then they make a decision. They say, well, I'm going to come in and I'm going to compete, and I'm going to start my program by competing on price and making it a little bit more accessible for everybody. Some people just kind of take an average and go right for the middle, and some are trying to charge premium rates. I am biased towards those that are charging premium rates, but there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, what everybody else in the area is charging is not a good indication of what your program is actually worth. First and foremost, something like, you think about Louis Vuitton doesn't go into Walmart to check what they're charging for their handbags. That's not how they set their pricing. They believe that they have a premium product, and so they charge a premium price. Well, when you first opened your studio, or maybe over the years as you've developed and kind of figured out, what it is that you're bringing to the market, you aren't exactly like everybody else in town. You aren't running the exact same program as everybody else in town. There's something special and unique to you that may not be attractive to everybody. It might not be what everybody wants, and that's totally okay. But if, as we're doing our marketing and we have kind of our sales and enrollment process in place, if we're reaching out to the people that are looking for that thing that you excel in, that thing that makes you special and different and stands out from the crowd, if we can find the people that value that, those people are willing to pay a premium tuition rate, to pay a premium price for your classes. They're willing to do that because that's specifically what it is that they're looking for. A number of people have also mentioned to me over the years that they're concerned about the economy, the local economy in their area, or the economy at a certain time, and they feel like they can't charge premium prices for their programs because of that limitations on the economy. Now, it is true that there are some areas that you can that have a higher cost of living, and people are willing to pay higher tuition rates, for example, because they live in that area. But a lot of those pricing structures are relative. So in those areas, generally, your lease payments on a building are going to be more expensive. Hiring staff members is going to be a higher cost as well. And in the places where the economy might be a little bit depressed, once again, it's relative. You can generally find a location to teach out of a little bit less expensively than you can in, the downtown area of a very large metropolitan city, for example. So the economy, I don't think, is a good argument either, or a good reason or justification to charge a certain tuition rate just because of the economy in your area. I own studios here in Colorado where I live, but I also own studios across the United States on the East Coast, the West Coast, and in between, and run and manage those. And the best metric that we've found on how to figure out what you should be charging in your studio is actually the number of students, or better, the percentage of students that are enrolling into some kind of ongoing program that have come in for some kind of an intro, preferably some kind of paid intro. So let's imagine that somebody comes in and they do a little paid trial class, or they come to your open house. If somebody has that experience with your classes, what are the chances that that student is going to enroll into an ongoing paid program? And when we look at that number, it tells us whether or not we should be raising our tuition rates on new students that are coming in, or if we're doing pretty well where we're at already. That's the best way to know if we've undervalued our programs. If everybody who comes in and does a trial says yes and ends up signing up for some kind of ongoing thing, it doesn't matter what the economy's doing. It doesn't matter what, our competitors are charging in town. That's the clearest indication that we have that we've probably undervalued what it is that we're charging. Now, another quick tip on setting your pricing is that as we're raising our tuition rates over time, as we're figuring this out and settling on where the tuition should actually be in your area, it's best to do that with the new students coming in, and not just go back to all of your old students and immediately raise their tuition rates. We get that figured out on the new students that are coming in. And then if you do that the right way, and we'll teach you a couple other techniques to implement as well, you'll find that the ongoing students over time are increasing the amount, if you do it the right way, year over year, that they're paying into the studio as well.